Hello. On behalf of our entire team at Heritage, I want to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. At Heritage, we pride ourselves on being proactive in everything that we do. And in keeping with that proactive approach, I wanted to share several tax planning updates with you now that the new year is upon us. The first is to remind you that the deadline for financial institutions like TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab to issue 1099 forms was changed a couple of years ago, and now the deadline is February 15th. However, since the 15th falls on a Sunday this year and the 16th is a federal holiday, the deadline for 2015 will actually be February 17th. We have found that many clients are still trained to expect their 1099s by January 31st and wanted to remind you of this change so that you won't worry if you haven't received your 1099 by the old deadline of January 31st. The second item is to let you know that as an additional tax planning service, we will be mailing out a chart to each of our clients, which shows key tax planning numbers for 2015, similar to this form shown on your screen. We will be sending out the key tax data charts as soon as all of the final numbers for 2015 have been set. Each year, there are numerous changes to the tax law, but so far, most changes for 2015 are fairly small. Rather than going into each and every change, I want to focus your attention on the changes that will most likely affect you and your family in 2015. First, the amount that you can gift to each person without a gift tax consequence will remain $14,000 for 2015. This number has been creeping up over the past few years. However, there have been no change for 2015. Second, and most likely the change that will have the biggest impact on our clients, the contribution limits for 401k and 403b plans have increased slightly. The contribution limit for employees who participate in a 401k and 403b plan has increased from $17,500 to $18,000. For those clients that are trying to maximize their contributions to their 401k and 403b plan, make sure to adjust your withholding to take advantage of the new higher limit. For those clients that turn 50 in 2015 or have already turned 50, the catch-up contribution limit has increased from $5,500 to $6,000 in 401k and 403b plans. There are a few fundamental changes to the tax law for 2015, and I want to review the three that are most likely to affect you in 2015. And I want to give you a brief summary of these changes so that you will be aware of them and can plan accordingly. The first major change affects saving for healthcare. Health Flexible Spending Accounts, better known as FSAs, are traditionally use it or lose it plans. You can save pre-tax dollars to pay for healthcare expenses, but they must be used within a plan year. As of 2013, you are allowed to roll over $500 from an FSA into the next plan year. Now there is another change. If you had an FSA in 2014 and carried over $500 into 2015, you will be ineligible to participate in a health savings account, an HSA, in 2015. This only applies to general purpose FSAs, not ones for specific uses like dependent care or dental expenses. The second major change relates to IRA rollovers used as loans. This change is undoubtedly the most confusing, so I'll keep the explanation at a high level. There is a loophole that allows you to withdraw money from an IRA as a loan as long as it is paid back within 60 days. What some people had been doing was setting up multiple IRAs and taking a withdrawal from one IRA and putting the money back into a second IRA. After the loan was paid back, they would loan the money out of the second IRA for another 60 days and then put the money back, often into a third IRA, and continue this process throughout the year. The IRS has determined that starting January 1st, 2015, you can only make one rollover of this variety from an IRA to another IRA in a 12-month period. A rollover in this case is described as withdrawing the funds from one IRA, holding them for less than 60 days, and then depositing it into another IRA account. Taxpayers can still make as many trustee-to-trustee transfers as they like over the course of a year. That means you can instruct Charles Schwab to send your IRA funds to TD Ameritrade or from an old 401k to TD Ameritrade. And since the money is never actually withdrawn and in your possession, then you will not violate this rule. The third major change relates to unemployment benefits. Hopefully this won't impact any of our clients in 2015, but the change may impact a friend or family member as well, and we want to make sure that we get this information out there just in case. Being without a job is stressful mentally and financially, and unemployment benefits provide a valuable bridge between their current situation and a new situation. The bad news is that these benefits are taxable income. Additionally, a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision clarified that any supplemental unemployment compensation not tied to state unemployment benefits paid by a former employer to a laid-off employee will be taxable as wages, and therefore Social Security taxes will need to be withheld from them. This major change could catch some by surprise in a time when they can least afford to have problems with the IRS. So please make sure if you know anyone in the situation in 2015 to have them contact their CPA as soon as they start receiving unemployment benefits. Naturally, there are hundreds of changes to the tax code every year, but we believe that these changes will be the changes that affect our clients or their family members the most often, and we wanted to proactively bring these to your attention as we start the new year. Again, from all of us at Heritage, we wish you a happy new year and hope that 2015 is your best year yet.